All right. Good basketball conference finals so far. A little over halfway through now. Let's see. Since I last made a video, the Spurs, they won a game. Pretty impressive win. Manu woke up and really impressed me out there. Because, he's still injured. And for him to do what he did in Game 3 2 days ago, still holding that injury is pretty spectacular, I think. So the Spurs got their win, and we're going to see Game 4 tonight in a little over 3 hours now. And I'm torn on this one. I think I'm going to say I think the Spurs are going to win, but I definitely think the Lakers could pull it off as well. But if I have to pick, I'm taking the Spurs in Game 4. I think this series is going to 7 games one way or another. So that's, kind of the safe pick, but I feel pretty good about that one. Yeah. And, we got the Pistons and the Celtics in Game 3. The Pistons did let me down. I thought they could take care of business at home. All they needed to do now was win at home, and they would go to the championship. So that's all that they needed to do, and they couldn't do it. So I was a little disappointed by how much they came up short. They came back in Game 3 and played well at the end when it mattered. Close game, good game. But Detroit pulled it out. And now it's best of 3. So, I admit things look a little hairy, but I have confidence in the Celtics. I'm very confident they can go back into Boston and win another game. And I think it could very easily happen on Monday. No, wait, excuse me, today's Tuesday. So Wednesday, yeah. I think it could happen Game 5. In fact, that's my prediction. I think Detroit takes Game 5 and wraps the series up in 6. Boston did impress me in Game 3 with, their superstars starting to wake up and play a little better, so I can give them that. I'll give them that. But I got this feeling about the Pistons. I think we're sleeping on them a little bit because they don't have any really entertaining superstars, so that's what I got. That's about it for basketball. Football world is dead. I don't care about baseball right now because the Mariners suck. And I don't care about baseball outside of Seattle until the playoffs start. So, we're in the middle of the off season when Cowboy TD starts making a movie review video. I mean, that's a telltale sign. And I've made videos before talking about things that are not football and not sports. That's not too uncommon for me, but we're in the off season when that starts happening, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, he put up a video, reviewed Indiana Jones 4. I pretty much agree with what he said. I would recommend you go see it in the theater because a lot of it was, a lot of the good parts were being able to see it on a bigger screen. It was more of a visual thing opposed to thing that you can see at home and take just as much away from it. I saw it too. I saw it yesterday. I had fun. There are some good parts. It is fun. I think I could recommend it to most people if you knew you liked Indiana Jones. It does get over the top. It does get corny, but it is a movie series designed to be in the style of a comic book. So that's what I have to say. So check it out if you get the chance, but if you're not sure about Indiana Jones, if you don't know about the previous movies, if you haven't seen them, if you don't particularly care for them, maybe you should go see Iron Man again, or see it period if you haven't yet. I actually saw Iron Man twice. I saw it a second time with a friend because I just thought, well, this movie's good enough to earn my $8.50 a second time. But anyway, like I said at the start of the summer, I like to follow summer box office numbers because it's just some fun little thing I like to do. And, Iron Man is still hot. Thanks to the Memorial Day weekend, it managed to jump up a little bit. After today, it's going to be at about 260 million, 27 days since it was released. And it's still making probably about $11 little less than 2 million per weekend, and on the weekdays it should at least keep making a little less than 6 mil a day. So it's hard to predict these things sometimes, but there is some precedence. So, you know, this movie, it's already pretty much set in stone that it's going to reach 300 million. So the only question is, how high is it going to go? And this kind of stuff does interest me. So, I mean, nothing's ever going to top Titanic. That's just the way it is. And to me, you know, I don't mind Titanic. I've actually only seen the second half of it. I've never watched Titanic all the way through. But it doesn't take a genius to see that it's just not going to get to that. No movie, until, you know, inflation starts to seriously kick in, is it gonna, you know, any movie be able to top Titanic. You know, if Iron Man reaches 300 million, it would be 27th all time. If it reaches 325, which is somewhat reasonable, it would reach 18th. So who knows how high the ceiling is on this thing, but it has legs. It has legs. So if you've already seen it and you liked it, why don't you go see it again? I think it's definitely worth it. You're not going to be able to enjoy that experience again on DVD, even on DVD, because unless you have a home theater in your house, it's just not quite going to be the same. So if you get the chance, go do that. Also of interesting note, you had Indiana Jones. It actually got the Thursday release, so it made 126 million, a little over, and that's a slightly bigger opening weekend than Iron Man, even though it's a little unfair because Indy was full released on Thursday, and the Iron Man was a very limited release on Thursday. But I don't know what the ceiling is for it. I think it's going to plummet a little faster than Iron Man did, though. But it could still. I think it's 300 million is entirely possible. And I know a lot of you guys aren't number geeks like I am. Well, at least you probably aren't. So that's what I got to say about that. Just, you know, it's movie season. Go out, go see a good movie. You know, there's more out there than just that. When I was in the theater, I saw some good trailers. Hellboy 2, which actually looks pretty good. You had Hancock, which looks interesting. I don't know what to think about that quite yet. There was some Western-style movie with Hugh Jackman in it, so it's going to be a good summer. As you all probably know, I'm waiting for The Dark Knight more than anything. But, you know, we've also got The Hulk coming up, so going to be an entertaining summer. I always look forward to see these movies climb the all-time box office numbers charts. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I got to say. And let's see, that's basketball. I got nothing to say about football right now, or baseball. Well, I do have one thing to say about football. Some people are talking about this whole no cap thing being kicking in, and some people are worried, some people are excited, some people don't care. I'll just say this. I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're making the assumption that they're not going to find a way to get a deal done, but I'm very confident that they will. I just wanted to say that, you know, if you want no cap, don't get your hopes up. If you don't want no cap, if you want a cap, don't worry, because I'm pretty confident one way or another they're going to get a deal done, and I don't think there's anything to even worry about at this point. So that's what I think, and with that, I guess I'm out.